Hello everybody, my name is Francois Pagnini and I'm Principal Analyst in the Syndicated Reports team at FirstWord. And I'm speaking today with Sarah Harris, who is Senior Analyst for FirstWord's Oncology Portfolio, about our forthcoming report, KOL Insight, Non-Small Cell Lung Cancer. So Sarah, what was the immediate reaction of the KOLs that you spoke to in response to the news that the CheckMate-026 trial of Opdivo had failed to reach its primary PFS endpoint?
Well, the KOLs were a little surprised, of course, that the trial failed, but didn't regard it as completely unprecedented and certainly weren't in a state of shock. One expert we spoke to stated that just because the KEYNOTE-024 trial of Merck & Co.'s Keytruda was positive, it didn't imply that first-line trials in a broader patient population would also be positive. In fact, this particular expert felt that the media and financial analysts had been somewhat blindly optimistic regarding the potential of the checkpoint inhibitors in lung cancer, and that this news will serve as a much-needed reality check and will rationalise expectations going forward.
And so what do KOLs consider to be the primary reasons for the failure of this trial?
Well, the KOLs agree that the difference in PD-L1 selection criteria is the key reason why this trial failed on PFS. While the KEYNOTE-024 trial of Keytruda succeeded in meeting its primary PFS endpoint and its overall survival secondary outcome measure, all patients enrolled in the KEYNOTE-024 trial had tumours that strongly expressed PD-L1, which was defined as a tumour proportion score of at least 50%. The CheckMate-026 trial also only enrolled patients who were PD-L1 positive, but the cutoff in terms of PD-L1 expression, of course, was much lower. It was only 5%. KOL suggests that patients with low levels of PD-L1 expression can be more effectively treated with standard first-line chemo rather than treating with Opdivo or Keytruda. The second factor that's important to mention here, of course, is the fact that docetaxel, the standard second-line chemotherapy, is a much easier comparator to beat than first-line chemo regimens, which are much more effective. Hence, in order for a checkpoint inhibitor to demonstrate superiority against first-line chemo, the patient population must be significantly enriched for those most likely to benefit.
Right, but could Opdivo monotherapy still prove effective in the treatment of patient subgroups who are high expressors of PD-L1?
Yes, absolutely. Remember that we haven't seen the actual data yet, and KOLs anticipate that there's a good chance that there could be a subgroup identified who do benefit more than chemo. However, the difficulty for BMS will be that it will almost certainly be trailing behind Merck & Co. by that point, who already have positive phase 3 data in the first-line setting. Having said that, BMS also have some positive data for the combination of Opdivo with Yervoy, which look really promising. The KOLs do warn again, though, that the patient numbers here are very small, so we shouldn't overinterpret these findings. But this dual immunotherapy approach could certainly provide another avenue of opportunity for BMS.
Thanks, Sarah. To everyone that's listening, please click on the links below where you can download sample pages and find out which KOLs we spoke to and what the key themes and key takeaways from the report are.